Alright, so here's just a little add-on video to what we had before. So we define these P1 through P4, each one separately, and we made a P of X. Now I've changed it to PL because I did something up here. But we put the condition here. We found we could have gotten rid of the conditions on each of these, but we would have still needed them here and written the P1 of X, P2 of X, and so forth. Now, I'll turn that off, and well, you see there's something still plotted. Well, what did I do? Well, here was something slick. So I made a new list, and I'll show you, right, I just said J equals, did a square bracket, 1, and then if I know my pattern, and the pattern is going up by ones, say, I can just go dot, 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 and 4, and what you see, this is a 4-element list. It went 1, 2, 3, 4. And, well, remember, what do I need? I need 4 intervals, right? I need a P1, a P2, a P3, and a P4. And so here's how I define then my P of X. I just copied this. I took this thing and I copied it. Well, actually, everything. I started here. I grabbed that whole thing. I did a Control-C. I did a paste. It wasn't happy at first, but I got rid of the 1. Then I deleted the 1 and made a P of X. And then notice, what's the pattern here, right? If it's P1, I needed a 1 here and a 2 there. But what is 2? It's just 1 plus 1 and so forth. If this was a 2, I needed a 2 there, and I needed a 2 plus 1 there, and so forth. So I just did that pattern. I said, I needed X sub 1, so I had J being 1 to 4, so I needed a 1 and a 1 plus 1 or 2, and then a 1 and the 2 minus the 1 spot, 2 spot minus 1 spot, and so forth. But I did it with the J's, and I had the J's go from 1 to 4. And it just did it. It did all of them at once. Desmos is a very interesting programming language. I have to look up again what it's not object-oriented. It's not procedural. There's a different name for it, and I don't remember what it was, but this is a programming language, and this was kind of like a loop, but from our perspective, when we look at it, it just sort of does it all at once. It just throws them all there. But that's what I needed, and so you see, I don't need any of these. I can just define it that way. It all fits in nicely here. I can see it all at once. And so there is a slick way to do this particular idea with piecewise polynomials. And if I add more points, right, if I come in here and I say, oh, well, yeah, and then there was, maybe an 11 and a 14, there's a new dot. Well, all I have to do is come in here and say, oh yeah, that needs to go to 5 intervals, and it added it right there. Awesome. Okay, so this is a very slick way to do it. I didn't have to come down here and create a P5 or anything like that. I've just got it with that one statement and this list of indices from 1 to 5. And of course this goes to 6 because 5 plus 1, but there you have it. So very, very slick way to do that piecewise polynomial interpolant. I can get rid of all these things here and just have my P of X. Yay! I'm excited.